Hi Taurus, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. So today is your 21 card Gypsy Tarot spread love reading. You remember from the last one I did in September how I said that was just a sort of general reading, just to see how some of your lives were going. Well, I've decided to upload 2 readings per month per sign, just see how it goes. I haven't done love on a monthly reading, on a monthly basis. I thought it'd be really interesting just to play around with a few readings on a monthly basis and see what you guys like or don't like or whatever the case might be. So you've got your general reading, which should be first, and then this is the second one, back-to-back readings, okay, for each of the zodiac signs. And this is purely focusing on love in October, so what could be coming in for you, what you're already experiencing, how it's going to move forward, that type of thing. So we can see, sorry, let me put my keys down. First column will be the mental, emotional state you are feeling or thinking around your love life in the month of October. Second column is what you're probably experiencing for some of you guys, Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs, in terms of your love life in the month of October 2016. Third column we focus on is your hopes and desires for love, what you're hoping or desiring will happen around your love life in the month of October 2016. The fourth column will be what your expectations will be around your love life in the month of October 2016. Your fifth column will look at any hidden factors, so things that you're not seeing happening around you in the month of October 2016, potentially coming in. So this is what we call the kick of the surprise effect. Your immediate future should show what should show up for some of you guys in terms of love in the month of October 2016. And the overall outcome will usually be the derivative. So what happens here as a result of what comes in the immediate future in the month of October 2016 pertaining to your love life. So we're going to have a look at your personal situations for some of you guys in the month of October 2016. And remember, this is purely a love reading. 5 of Wands, the Empress, and the Knight of Wands. So for some of you guys, when you get the 5 of Wands in love, sometimes this means conflict or lovers that are not seeing eye to eye. The Empress is a really interesting card to get amidst that, because this usually pertains to love being fruitful. And usually it pertains to a relationship that's starting to grow and that's starting to open up. It's just a really interesting combination. So when you get combinations in a reading, it's always best, especially if you're a storyteller, you're a linear storyteller like I am, through the tarot, to look at the card that means the most to you. So it could be that there is some form of blockage, or maybe you and your other half relationship, you're not seeing eye to eye in a relationship, and potentially sometimes when you get the Empress card, it can mean that somebody is a little bit too mothering, or somebody's a little bit too overwhelming in terms of wanting to nurture the relationship, because usually the Empress refers to a relationship that's being nurtured. It's quite fertile, the land is quite fertile, so it's a healthy relationship. But it seems to me that there might be a situation where people aren't seeing eye to eye on what is a perfectly healthy relationship with the Empress card. And so maybe with the Knight of Wands, sometimes when you get this in terms of love, it means somebody wants to move on or somebody wants to leave. So, both energies, the Knight of Wands is about leaving, changing course, changing direction. And the 5 of Wands can be about conflict, not seeing eye to eye. So could it be that there is conflict within a relationship in which you don't see eye to eye on maybe this relationship, or that there is potential for the relationship to grow, so somebody wants to leave or somebody wants to move? Because the Knight of Wands in terms of love can sometimes mean a very, very fleeting relationship, or somebody who's not as committed as we would like them to be. Knight of Wands is usually your hit and miss, hit and quit type of individual who doesn't want to really stay around, potentially. And I could almost see maybe if there's conflicts here with the 5 of Wands, it can always change when we look at the other cards, then maybe this relationship had the potential for growth, but with this growth comes this Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands seems to want to move on maybe from the Empress energy. Maybe there is too much maternal stuff going on here. Maybe somebody wants to nurture the relationship, maybe somebody wants to leave the relationship, and this is where the the altercation comes in. It could also be that somebody wants to work on the relationship and they want it to grow at a steady rate. So they want to really develop something in the relationship, but this person wants to move in too quickly. And maybe there's a certain disingenuousness when it comes to this Knight of Wands. So I get the impression for some of you guys it might be a relationship where you just don't see eye to eye. And this is in the Five of Wands. And this could be with the Empress, I want this relationship to grow. And the Empress actually represents Taurus, funnily enough. I can't remember the other sign. I think it's Taurus and Libra that the Empress represents within the tarot. Let me just get a check on that with my book, actually. Who this Empress represents within the tarot. I'm pretty sure it's Taurus and Libra within the tarot that the Empress represents. But I'm just going to get a little check on that for you, because I think it's you that we're looking at here. Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, because she's represented by Venus astrologically, and we know that Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So I feel that this is you, Taurus, here. Okay, so there could be some confusion or some sort of altercation or disagreement with the Five of Wands. People are locking heads here, blocking heads around a relationship, and it's this, the Empress, and this is you guys, I feel, who see the potential for the relationship to grow. But I feel that maybe somebody else does not see this, because the Knight of Wands suggests to leave, or you know, you might want to nurture something here. You're very much in love here. But the Knight of Wands could be somebody, an entirely different character that some of you guys are dealing with, who might want to either move too fast or they might want to leave because of this energy. But I feel that you, the Empress, along with this Knight of Wands here, we can see two very different energies. The Empress sits very comfortably. They're very comfortable in their surroundings. They're very comfortable around what's being harvested, about what's being grown. They're very happy with the progress of the relationship with this Empress card. But this Knight of Wands is a totally different energy as far as I'm concerned with love a lot of the time, because this is somebody who wants to move quickly in terms of love. He's very rarely, you know, I did a reading once, I can't remember who it was for a particular person, I'd never say obviously, this was ages ago, in which I saw a Knight of Wands. I saw, you know, I think the person asked me, you know, what does he want, what do I want? And I saw that the person wanted the Knight of Cups, but what the other person wanted, the guy, he wanted the Knight of Wands within the relationship. What he could offer was Knight of Wands. What she wanted him to offer was the Knight of Cups. So she wanted him to open up emotionally, but he just wanted to have a good time. So I feel that for some of you guys in the month of October, what you're looking at potentially is the growth of a relationship, and you're willing to work on it, because the Empress often represents working on our ideas and seeing them through to fruition. But there is a logging of heads here, not seeing eye to eye, and this is why the Knight of Wands and you are two totally different. You look at this card here, the Knight of Wands, and how quickly it moves, and you look at the Empress and how stationary she is. So this to me suggests to me somebody who is very happy with, you know, developing a certain thing, developing a certain project and seeing it through to the end by going through the proper steps to making this thing work. Whereas the Knight of Wands is somebody who wants to quickly move ahead because of their passions, because of their excitement. This person wants excitement and this person wants love. So I feel that you want love in the month of October. And I feel with the Knight of Wands, it could be that this person wants excitement. And this is where the discord happens with that Five of Wands. How are you feeling? I'm reading you guys as being the Empress in this reading, Taurus. What are your thoughts and your feelings around this? Well, the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Chariot. I feel that because this is in conjunction with you as well, the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is often about clever thinking. And I feel that mentally you are hooked onto this situation, that by being clever, that by careful planning, when you get the Seven of Swords, it's about strategizing, and it is a mental card because it's a sword. Swords are to do with the way that we think and communicate. So it could be via clever communication, mentally and emotionally. What you are doing is you are thinking to yourself, if I cleverly communicate, if I cleverly strategize, if I think of ways outside of the box of how to get this person to see things my way, then maybe, you know, we could actually have a happy ending here with the Ten of Cups and move forward together with the Chariot. I think the Chariot rules the house of home and family. So it's about being there for your family. Usually this, I think, rules the house of motherhood and stuff like that. I don't know much about astrology, but I know that this rules something to do with house, home, family, protection, that type of thing. So I feel that the Seven of Swords really draws me on this reading, Taurus, because it suggests that mentally you're strategizing, you're being a little bit, not sneaky, but you're being clever. You're being really kind of clever with how you're going to strategize. How am I going to navigate this relationship? I want growth. I can see the real potential for growth. I can probably see us settling down, having a family, that type of thing. But this person is more about the excitement. It could be a fire sign person. Usually Knight of Wands represents Sagittarius. So Sagittarius rules the house of long distance travel. Okay, so this is the type of person that likes to kind of, the Knight of Wands never likes to arrive, he likes to depart. So this is the person who likes to be in and out, in and out, in and out. They don't really want to stick around. They don't really want to build that relationship. They haven't really got time for that because there's just too much excitement. They're always moving ahead onto the next stop, the next stop, the next stop. But you are very much, as the Empress, which rules we know rules Taurus or Libra. We know because she's Venus, so she's filled with love. I feel that you're filled with love in the month of October for a particular person, but this person seems to want to move in another direction from you. You can see that he's not facing you. He's moving, he's moving in another direction. And this is where the discord is. It's not seeing eye to eye on how you want the relationship to progress. You're in it for the long haul. You really want to take it step by step, stage by stage. You want to work on the project together. But this person doesn't want to do that. And I feel that there is some form of discord with that in the month of October. But you will not give up because you've got the Seven of Swords in your mental and emotional state around this relationship, which is, I'm going to be really clever about this. I'm going to strategize and I'm going to think carefully about how I'm going to move this forward. How am I going to get this person to see my way of doing things? There is a certain element of deceit with that because the Seven of Swords is also a card that's based on deceptive thinking and deceptive action. So how do I get this person to, move forward with this relationship? I'm certain that if I am clever about it with my words, with my actions and how I come across, and I'll be able to talk this person round into seeing that we can have a really good relationship here. It can, resolve in a happy ending in which we can move together as a family, that type of thing. What are your hopes and desires around this relationship? Well, we've got the Tower. We've got the Moon. And we've got the Knight of Swords. So this is hopes and desires, and hopes and desires are always positive. So how do we turn negative cards into positive ones? Because we've got the Tower here and the Moon. How can you look at the Moon as being a positive card? Well, the Moon is a card about seeking clarity, but it can also be a card about deception as well. And it can also be a card that relates to hidden enemies, and it can relate to deep, intense feelings. The Tower is a card about revelation. Okay, so it's a card about being open, about communicating in a really effective way. It really is a card that says something needs to give. It's not just about things being built on a unsteady foundation. It's not just about that, the Tower. The Tower can come in when you're moving, okay, when you're moving home. It can come in when somebody's really upset, when they've, something that has been built up and built up and built up and they suddenly cry. It can come up for male ejaculation. So really the Tower is a card about pressure that needs to explode. To be perfectly honest with you, I feel with this card. I feel that it's a card that says, something rises to such a level that it just needs to all come out. And I feel that because it's above the Moon, then really what this is saying is, and also the Knight of Swords here, which is a card about courage and moving forward and being direct. I feel that your hopes are that by being direct with this individual, with the Knight of Swords, so being plain talking, sending a message, a direct message out, making your intentions clear, making your motivations clear, that it could be that with the Moon, these very strong, intense feelings that you have, you'll be able to, if you just allow them, because we have the Moon that goes right up to the Tower. So I can imagine with that combination, if you look at the Moon here, this is all about suppressed feelings, intense feelings that we can't quite verbalise or speak of. This is why this card often comes up when somebody's, usually in the reverse it's about depression, but when somebody's feeling insecure, or when somebody's feeling really upset, or when somebody's consistently thinking about something that they can't quite explain or they can't quite divulge or talk about. You look at the tower above this and it's almost like what you're feeling here is divulged with the tower. But I feel that it's almost like your hopes are that by being direct on your feelings with the moon card, you'll be able to kind of communicate this in a very, very strong way with the, it will be a release. So I get it. I get the impression that the Knight of Swords is all about being direct for you guys. Your hopes are to be direct. Okay, perhaps about your feelings that might clear the air, because the Tower is a card about clearing the air, because it is in effect a card about cleansing. Okay, so if there are things I think, and I think it's because of the Five of Wands. Five of Wands can also is a blockage card. If you look at this, we've got the Tower sitting next to the Five of Wands. If the Five of Wands is blocked, and it's people that do not agree, and there is no kind of consensus, and the only consensus is in argument within this card, that everybody thinks that they're right, but nobody's willing to back down with this card here. The only way that we can back down with this card is by having a complete and utter blowout of what's going on here, if that makes any sense to you. So I feel that your hopes and desires are to be direct with that Knight of Swords. And the hope is that by being direct, there will be an absolute clear out and cleansing of emotions, maybe with that Moon card. So, you know, your mental, emotional status, you're going to be really clever around this. What's the best way that I can deal with this situation? This person here in my life, I am the Empress. Taurus is the Empress, and I am comfortable and I'm filled with love, and I really am in love with this individual, and I can see growth within this relationship. But this person here seems to be moving in another direction. They don't want to, you know, take the right steps towards building the relationship. They either want to leave or they want to, you know, move too fast in the relationship. And I'm looking at growth and love, and this person's looking at excitement and sex, and we're not, you know, it could be that you've met someone going on from now, and in the month of October, what you want to do is develop the relationship, but this person doesn't seem to be 100% committed to the idea of developing it. So the Five of Wands would say, well, you know what, I'm kind of, we're kind of rubbing each other up the wrong way concerning this. We're not on the same page. We've got completely different ideas, and none of us is willing to back down. So mentally, I'm going to be really clever about this, because I'm sure that with that Ten of Cups, we can have our happy ending and move forward with the Chariot. And what I'm hoping for is that if I'm direct in my actions, in my words, in my speech, if I get the message across to this person, that the Tower will dissolute the energy, the intense, difficult, anxious energy maybe of the Moon. The expectations, though, that you have are that there will be a block out, because you've got the Two of Swords. So it might be that, yes, I am hoping that if I'm direct with this person, if I really speak my mind with the Tower card and the Knight of Swords, you know, all of these pent-up feelings here of the Moon will be dispersed with the Tower, because I have been direct with the Knight of Swords. We'll have a cleansing, we'll have a blowout, we'll, you know, literally be able to thrash this out. And, you know, mentally I know that we're going to resolve this, because my clever way of doing things, my clever communication, or, you know, my clever solution to this problem in how we move forward will result in, you know, this. Mentally, I can see us together, I can see us really, really happy, but I just got to be really clever about how I go about things here, because I'm certain that we can move forward with the Chariot. And therefore I'm hoping that by being absolutely direct, by being completely confident and completely direct and straightforward with what my intentions are, that it will dissolve this energy of the Tower, of the Moon, sorry. However, what I'm really expecting is that this person might block me out, because we've got the Two of Swords. Or it might end up in still being an even further disagreement, because the Two of Swords means to be in two minds. So could it be that you're expecting that you'll leave this person in a bit of a conundrum? Or this person, Two of Swords can also not just mean where you've got two paths that you can take, but it can be that, you know, I can explain this in two ways. It might be that this is your hope here, that there'll be a complete dissolution of this Moon card by being direct. And that your expectations are, though, even though you're hoping this, it might be, well, I'm actually expecting that I won't do anything at all. So it might be that you guys don't do anything, Taurus. Because Two of Swords means I'll keep suppressing how I feel and I'll cover it up and I'll hide how I truly feel. So it could be that in one way you're hoping that you can be completely open and that maybe that might dissolve the situation. In other words, maybe if I say to this person, okay, get stuffed, I'm going to leave then, Knight of Swords. Okay, even though I'm feeling really upset, if I tell this person, if I'm angry, or if I show this person directly that I'm just not going to stick with this or put up with it, that this will dissolve the energy of this, and maybe it will resolve mentally in this situation here. But my expectations are that maybe I won't be able to do it, maybe I back out, maybe I don't explain how I truly feel with the Two of Swords, or maybe it might result in that where the person blocks me out. Yeah, and then we've got the High Priestess. High Priestess rules the number 2s, and the High Priestess means avoidance. So it could be that you expect that your hopes are this, but what you're expecting in terms of love is this. So your hoping is to, what your hopes and desires are to completely eradicate this energy that says, I want one thing, somebody wants another, and it's causing, we can say the Moon and the Five of Wands are pretty similar cards in terms of blocked energy. And we can say the Knight of Swords and the Tower card are about the dissolution of that. But what you're expecting is that maybe I won't do anything. So what you're expecting is, well, I'm hoping that I can do this, but I'm expecting that maybe I won't do that with the Two of Swords. I'll just suppress how I feel. And the High Priestess also means to suppress. It means to keep secret. It means not to divulge. I'm expecting that I won't do anything at all. I'll just keep it all in with the High Priest energy. Maybe whilst I'll work on other ways to develop the relationship with the Three of Pentacles. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, you know, if I don't do anything with the Two of Swords and I keep everything hidden within with the High Priestess, that maybe the relationship, I'll get a good outcome that way. So if I just go with the flow, maybe with the Three of Pentacles. Threes are always about having a good outcome. So the Three of Pentacles means to work on a project and then to expect, to wait for a good outcome to derive from that project. So I feel here we've got 2 cards that suggest avoidance. So you expect to avoid the situation. You're hoping, this is your wishes and your hopes. You're hoping that if you took a particular action that it would result in this. But what you're expecting is, well, maybe I won't do anything here. And maybe I can still get a good outcome if I keep quiet, rather than if I just put everything on the table. What are the hidden factors you're not seeing in terms of this situation, Taurus, in the month of October 2016? The Knight of Pentacles. The Lovers. And the Three of Cups. And that's great. That's a lovely combination, because the Knight of Pentacles often means that somebody is still faithful. So what you're not seeing is that maybe this person is very faithful to you with that Knight of Pentacles. Maybe they are in it for the long haul because they're in love with you with the Lovers card. And what they want as much as you do is a good outcome too. So even though this person might seem in and out, a little bit of a Jack the Lad, might not seem that serious. And whilst you might be heavily in love and you're looking at the growth and the potential for growth within the relationship because everything looks good, but it seems to be that you're at different ends. Or maybe with the Five of Wands, you can't communicate how you both truly feel because this person appears one way and you appear another. Mentally, if I'm clever enough, we can have a happy ending and move forward. So what I'm hoping to do is just be direct and be open and be honest, because this will dissolve the energy of this hidden, intense love that I feel for this person that I'm really having to kind of try and keep back. But what I'm expecting to do is nothing with the Two of Swords. Keep it all secret with the High Priestess, because maybe from there something will develop. Maybe it just takes time to develop, which we know the Three of Pentacles for me can mean things that take time to develop and to open up and to work out. But what you don't know is that this Knight of Wands is actually a Knight of Pentacles, I feel. They're in it for the long haul because they're in love with you, the Lovers. And that they may want just as good an outcome as you do. What is happening in the immediate future for this in October? The Four of Wands, it always suggests happiness or maybe a surprise. Five of Pentacles. This card is good because in terms of love, this can mean two people. This person will be with you through thick and thin. All right, so it doesn't always mean the dissolution of a relationship. If you notice, there are two people on that card. And this card often means in terms of love as well that, you know, this person is in it with you in the good times and the bad. But maybe they're just needing to go through a period of clarifying a few things for themselves. So it could mean in the immediate future, you'll have happiness in the home where this person is in it with you through thick and thin. But maybe this person simply needs to go through a time of thinking, inner reflection on the relationship and where it's going and how you push it forward. Because maybe this person isn't ready to move things at as much of a fast rate as you are. Maybe they just need that time to kind of understand exactly where the relationship is going and how they want it to go forward. And the overall outcome shows us the Six of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles. And that's an interesting combination because the Six of Cups in terms of love is a beautiful card. It talks about a soulmate relationship. I feel that this relationship here, as in the Six of Cups, needs real evaluation with that Queen of Pentacles, because the Queen of Pentacles is about evaluating what is valuable. It's about making plans. It's about a female who is very wealthy. She's very abundant. She's very independent. But she's also somebody who's quite nurturing. So this relationship here may simply just need to be nurtured through self-evaluation or through the evaluation of what it is that you have. How can you build on this? The Seven of Pentacles is often relates to a relationship or a situation where this person has built up a bunch of pentacles on a bush. And they're wondering on this suit anyway, the Rider-Waite, you know, do I stick with this or do I look at something new with the Ace? Or do I add the Ace to this? Do I add this one pentacle, this one reserve of energy to this card here? Or do I move on to something else? So it's all about looking at what we've built up together. And it's the same as the Queen of Pentacles in a way, in a roundabout way. Because the Queen of Pentacles, I feel in terms of love can be, some readers will say, well, somebody concentrates on their work instead of their love life. But this is completely love. Okay, so I feel the Queen of Pentacles in terms of love is looking at things in a very honest way. And maybe with the Seven of Pentacles, it's a discussion that you have with your partner, with whoever it is that's in your life right now. Okay, as to which direction, because this often means coming to a crossroads as well, the Seven of Pentacles. So I feel that, you know, more than anything, the outcome is showing that this is a good relationship. It's a very strong relationship, I feel, with that Six of Cups. But it's one that needs proper evaluation with the Queen of Pentacles. Because you have come to a crossroads with the Seven of Pentacles and how you move that relationship forward. Remember, the Seven of Pentacles is, he has had a lot of success here, but he has one pentacle left over, and does he invest his last reserve, his last resource into what's being built up, or does he go another way? So I feel that this is really a reading which is really interesting in that, you know, I feel that if there's somebody in your life, Taurus, who doesn't seem to be stepping up to the plate as much as you think somebody should step up to the plate, I feel that they could have their own fears that might be holding them back. It's not to say that they don't want the relationship or they're not interested in developing in the relationship, but it might be that it just takes a bit of more time on their part to develop something in terms of the relationship. Because the Pentacles are all about the outcomes. They're all about the realistic things of life, the materials, what we hold, what we have, what we see. It's no longer just about a belief as in wands, or a feeling as in cups, or a struggle or an action we take as in swords. It's literally about the things that we have built up as a result of all of those things. So this is why I feel the Queen of Pentacles literally looks at the resources that she has. She looks at the one pentacle. It is her, queens for me are the knowledge that we have as a result of how we feel. So she would be a water of earth, because she's rooted in earth but all queens are rooted in water. So she would be a water of earth. So I feel that she looks practically and responsibly at the matter. So whenever I see somebody looking on a card at 1 pentacle, it's looking at a matter. I feel that this relationship here, this is a soul relationship. We've got a 6 of Cups, a soulmate card. So I feel that this is a really unconditional. In the outcome, it shows an unconditional relationship. But you have to look at the matter for what it is with that Queen of Pentacles. And therefore, you have to evaluate whether it's stay or go overall. Because even though we have a relationship here in the immediate future that looks very promising with that 4 of Wands, there is a sense of achievement within the relationship in which you guys seem to still be together through thick and thin. And we can see that you've been through a lot of kind of difficulties, I feel, for you guys here. I do sense whether this is a long-term relationship or a relationship that you're not long. I don't feel that this resorts to or refers to a relationship that just comes in October, because it would be too soon. I get the impression that this is longer. So for some of you guys who have been in a longer term relationship, maybe a few months, or, you know, I don't think it's years. I think it's months more than anything else. If it's, you know, something that you've come into in the last 3 to 4 months, you might want to move the relationship along, and somebody might be a little bit resistant to that. But it's not that the person isn't interested, because the hidden factors are shown the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles for me is a faithful lover a lot of the time, and it's in the hidden factors. So what you don't know, even though you're thinking to yourself, you know, I need to really tell this person how I feel. We need to kind of clear the air with that Tower card, because the Moon talks about suppressing feelings. Lots of deep, intense feelings, and this needs to be kind of replenished and cleansed. Things need to be out in the open. The Moon is secrecy. So I feel that you want answers. Your hopes are to get answers with that Knight of Swords. You're being very direct verbally, mentally. Because with the Moon, it says there are secrets that maybe with the Tower need to be revealed. So I feel that you're looking to get something out of this person here in your hopes, to get a clearing off the air. But your expectations in love is that, you know what, I probably won't do that with the 2 of Swords. I'll keep everything hidden back because, you know, let's just see how things develop with the 3 of Pentacles. But what you don't know is that this person is very faithful to you, because the Lovers means to be in love. They're in love with you. And we've got the 3 of Cups. And they want as successful an outcome as you do. So in the immediate future, you'll be together and happy. And you'll be together through thick and thin. But there will still need to be clarifying of what's going on with this relationship. Because in the overall outcome, though this is a loving relationship overall, it does need the matter, which the Queen of Pentacles holds, does need to be addressed. Because you have now come to a crossroads that needs real answers. So it needs a yay or a nay. So I do feel that it will be a month for some of you Taurus people, if you are alluding and responding to this reading, Taurus, that it is a month of answers for the both of you, if you recognise this reading. I feel it's more to do with people who are in partnerships, maybe, because of the things like the 10 of Cups here in the mental state, and the 7 of Swords and the Chariot. Okay. I feel that if you're single, or, you know, it could be that, you know, you are wanting love with the Empress card in your present situation. Usually the Empress is about development, but it could also be about a very attractive woman. So it could be that you are focusing in terms of love on making yourself far more appealing, maybe to a Knight of Wands individual. Maybe you've got a lot of competition for your affections with the 5 of Wands. And if you're clever enough, and if you put all the effort in mentally and emotionally, you will find the Chariot can be a very beautiful, upstanding, very confident male-female. So it could be that mentally, you know, in your present life, if you're single, you're making the best of who you are. The Empress pretty much always refers to somebody who is looking at their inner and outer value, and they're making the best of who they are. So they're buying nice clothes, they're doing their hair, doing their makeup, their nails, all that type of thing. It's a card of beauty and attractivity. When you see the Empress, it's a very beautiful woman. So you might be making the best of who you are if you are single. Because with the Knight of Wands, you might be hoping to attract a relationship with this. You might be going out. So the Empress could be making the best of yourself, because maybe you're looking for love with the Knight of Wands. Maybe you've got a lot of competitors or a lot of people who are around you who are interested with that Five of Wands. Maybe if you're clever enough, you'll find the perfect specimen. Chariot can refer to a perfect specimen of an individual, athletic, good looking, in which maybe with the Ten of Cups you can share your life. Coming in, hopes and fears, or hopes and desires will be that, you know, things will happen quickly for you with the Knight of Swords, and maybe the Tower will dispel your need for a relationship with that Moon card. But what you're expecting is that maybe you are, I don't know whether you're too nervous or whatever it is, because the Two of Swords can sometimes mean you come to a stalemate on something, and the High Priestess is you don't do anything, because the Three of Pentacles, it's an interesting one with the Three of Pentacles in expectations, because that's usually a card about developing a relationship, to be perfectly honest with you. So maybe the Three of Pentacles is something to do with someone that you like at work or something like that. Or maybe you don't do anything, maybe you don't go out and kind of find this love that you are looking for, and maybe it's a case of you do it all online, because Three of Pentacles can sometimes be to watch or to get advice. So it could be that you don't literally do anything from going out and having a good time and that type of thing to attract a partner. It might be that you do things online, or you get advice from a dating agency or something with the Three of Pentacles energy. Okay, so this card can literally mean Knight of Swords is to be direct. So it's where you take a direct action. So this is in your hopes, but your expectations are, well, maybe I'll get a third party involved instead, because it's a number 3, and this guy here is the third party. So instead of kind of going out and, you know, to bars or whatever it is to find love, maybe I'll get a third party involved, a dating agency person who'll find someone for me. Knight of Pentacles, hidden factors could be somebody that comes to you with news, maybe over a perfect match with the lovers, and that you're invited out for a drink with the Three of Pentacles. Three of Cups, sorry. The overall outcome could be a meeting here. Four of Wands can often mean a social gathering. So maybe for some of you guys, if you go along the dating site route, it could be that somebody is presented to you through that Knight of Pentacles. It's a possible match with the Lovers card, in which you share a night out or something with the Three of Cups. You're invited to go on a night out with the Three of Cups, to socialise with this individual. And in the overall outcome, we see the gathering here with the Four of Wands. But the Five of Pentacles might mean, well, I've been out, I've met this person, we've been to somewhere really social, we had a good time, but I don't feel a connection with this individual with the Five of Pentacles. So therefore, maybe I need to go back to the drawing board with the Hermit. And therefore, in the outcome, it could be, well, even though I like this person and I enjoyed their company with that Six of Cups, I'm looking for a little bit more with the Queen of Pentacles. I'm looking for someone that I can settle down with. So therefore, I'll make a decision on whether I want to see this person again, or whether I want to kind of go off on another route and meet someone else. So there you go, guys, for both singles and couples. That's your love reading for the month of October 2016. But yeah, like to say thank you so much for choosing Carol's Universe for your love spread, 21 card Gypsy love spread. And I will see you guys on your November 2016 general and love spread reading. See you then. Take care.